Alright, what's going on? Today I've got a story time for y'all I think you're going to enjoy about a spoiled kid that just took things way too far, stole his mom's credit card, threw stuff at his mom, a regular Dr. Phil episode. It should be enjoyable, so yeah, without further ado, let's get on into it. Let's go. Alright, so like I said, this story time was sent in to me about this guy's little brother, and something I need to make clear is little is kind of in air quotes, because the person that sent this in to me is in like the 24, 25 range, and their little brother is 19. So, technically it's their little brother, but we're not talking about an 8-year-old here stealing mom's credit card. No, it's somebody that definitely knows better going about it. Regardless, the reason that the person who sent this in to me isn't spoiled is I think anyone with a sibling with a big age gap will confirm this. If you're a lot older than your siblings or a lot younger than your siblings, chances are you are getting raised by two very different people. It's just a fact of life that, the parents that your older sibling had 10 years ago are very different people than they are today. So obviously the styles are a little bit different. The older one definitely didn't get as much of the entitlement spoiled side, but his parents had just kind of reached the point where, I don't know if they couldn't care, didn't care, couldn't be bothered or what, but they just kind of didn't want to deal with the younger brother a lot of the time, so they would just give him whatever he wanted, so he would leave him alone. Definitely not the best parenting tactic, I would say. I feel like that has a pretty good percentage chance of turning your kid into a spoiled brat, but whatever, some people are just about that. And instead of actually parenting him, they just decided to cave in to literally everything he asks. Anyways, obviously that parenting tactic had made this kid insanely entitled. He didn't really know the meaning of the word no. If he asked for something and somebody dared to deny him it would literally send him into a temper tantrum, which is pretty embarrassing. If you're throwing a temper tantrum because mommy told you no to something and you're about to be going to college or whatever, that's not a very good sign. But it also just goes to show how entitled he was, where literally the word no crumbled his entire world. And the best example of this that was provided to me was this one time where his mom said that she didn't want to make him Kraft mac and cheese. And he got so angry that he was screaming something about how, his mom never did anything for him and all he wanted was mac and cheese and she didn't have to say no, ran to the kitchen because they were arguing in the living room, right? Grabbed a kitchen knife and threw it at the cabinet and was like, this is what you get for not making mac and cheese. Just an absolute crazy level of entitlement. Anyways, one day the subscriber was at his parents' house. It was over the holidays, which is why he was back there. And he's watching TV with his parents when his brother comes down and is like, hey mom, can I get this video game? It's this new edition of this game that comes with a bunch of DLC and I don't have the money for it, so I was wondering if you'd buy it for me. Would you do that for me? I don't know why he's down here asking mommy for the new premium edition of the video game, but he is. And listen, a standard video game is $60 to $80. That's just the standard price, but he's asking for one of the premium editions with all the DLC, and for this particular version it came out to $160 or something. And obviously because it's around the holidays, it's not the time to just be dropping a bunch of money on random gifts. So his mom is like, all right, well, here's what we'll do. I don't want to get you the deluxe version because that's just way too much money right now. So I'll get you the normal version, So obviously the brother really can't believe what he's just witnessed, because even then, the fact that the compromise wasn't, no, I'm not buying you a game, Christmas is in a week, and instead was, I'll buy you the normal version instead, just so that way he doesn't freak out and go crazy. He's kind of surprised, but whatever. His mom goes up there, they buy the game, she deletes the credit card out of the saving it so that way he can't use it, and comes back downstairs. And I guess somehow the brother had found a way to copy the card number, take a picture of it, something, because, he ended up using it. And what's really nuts about it is usually in this situation, the parent leaves the credit card on the autosave thing on Xbox and the kid just uses it. The mom was smart enough to know that he was going to do that. He had done that in the past, so she had deleted it, which meant that he had found a way to get a picture of this credit card or something not related to the autosave. And the reason that they knew this almost right away was because about 30 minutes later, his mom checked her phone and instantly saw a bunch of texts from the bank asking if she had authorized about $600 worth of charges on Xbox. And listen, man, anytime your parents are gonna get that text, it's very, very obvious that they're gonna be pissed, because they're not the ones spending $600 on Xbox, I can almost guarantee it. Anyways, she freaks out a bit, is on the phone for a little, being like, no, that wasn't me. The bank's like, all right, well, most of them didn't go through, only like $100 did, but, you know, do you need a new card? Do you need to cancel this? And she's like, no, I don't need a new card. And they're like, well, ma'am, if fraud's been committed, it's probably best to get a new card. And she's like, it's my son. It's my son. And they're like, oh, okay, well, we're gonna go ahead and send you a new card anyways, but you might want to tell your son to stop using your card. And listen, man, here's what I'll say about taking a credit card from mom, bro. That is a bold, bold move, because there's literally a 100% chance that you are going to get caught, unless your parents are some of the most oblivious people to ever exist. I mean, honestly, like, unless your parents are in a situation where they get the credit card bill, don't even look at it, pay it in full, and have never once questioned anything on the statement, you're gonna get busted. I'll be honest, there's a 99% chance your parents are gonna look at the credit card statement, see $600 worth of charges to Sony, Microsoft, Steam, whatever it is, and instantly be like, I didn't do that, I bet you my son did it. There's a very small chance they're gonna look at that and just be like, oh, weird, an extra $600 on video games this month? Whatever, no need to ask questions about that. Like I'm saying, there's just no way that you're ever gonna get away with this unless your parents are like Bill Gates level loaded or stupid. Anyways, the mom immediately goes up to confront the brother, because it's very obvious that he somehow got a copy of the credit card and was trying to make charges. And instead of coming clean and trying to solve this, the brother goes the classic route of just denying that he did it. And listen, man, it's very obvious that his brother was at least a little bit involved in this, because I mean, what are the odds that like somehow the credit card gets stolen at this time? He literally has to have thought his parents were born yesterday to think that they were going to buy the fact that like he was not involved in charging the credit card at all. No siree, nothing to do with me. You're looking at the wrong guy. And obviously his parents aren't that stupid, so his mom looks at him and is just kind of like, alright, so let me get this straight. So I come up here with my credit card, use it to buy something, and then all of a sudden, all these charges come from the same company, and you have nothing to do with it. And the brother is like, yeah, that's insane. I don't know how that could have happened. It sure is weird, though. And the subscriber is literally standing in the hallway eavesdropping, and he laughs at that. And at that point, his brother's like, dude, just come in here if you're gonna eavesdrop. No need to be standing out there. But whatever, he goes in there, and his brother continues on to be like, yeah, no, I'm not sure exactly why your credit card got a bunch of charges from Xbox. That sure is weird. Maybe you should call Microsoft. And his mom, for whatever reason, I don't know if it's like special mom intuition powers, in that moment goes, let me see your phone. And he freaks out, dude. Instantly starts getting wild and is like, no, you're not gonna look at my phone. You have no reason to look at my phone. I don't even know why you would ask that. So the fact that you would even ask to see my phone is insane. And he's like screaming at her. Keep in mind, everything was very calm until then. And it's not like she demanded to see his phone. She just said, let me see your phone. And he just started freaking out. And so at that point, it becomes insanely evident that the mom 100% knows something is on the phone. You know, it's normal to say no to somebody looking through your phone. But if you've been very calm and then they mention looking at your phone and you just start to freak out, that's basically a dead giveaway, you know? It's like being interrogated and they're like, all right, well, we're gonna talk to this person, and you're like, no, don't talk to that person, no reason to talk to that person, no way, nothing to see there, don't need to question them at all, no reason to talk to them, please don't question them, no, nothing to see there. Anyways, basically, this guy's mess up was instead of just saying, I'm not comfortable with that, you know, he freaks out, and he freaks out to the point that he takes his phone, throws it across the room, and then stands up, throws himself onto the ground in front of his mom, and instantly just starts freaking out. So obviously, you know, it was an attempt at a distraction. Throw the like a phone across the room so that way nobody's gonna run over and get it, and then throw yourself onto the ground so everyone's distracted with you. And on the ground, he's just going full temper tantrum mode. And when I say full temper tantrum, I mean full. There's tears streaming down his face. He's pounding on the ground. He's screaming, why does no one believe that I didn't take the credit card, you know? keep in mind, he's 19 years old. Like, this is not a little kid. This is a grown man on the ground having a full-on temper tantrum, like somebody that just got told they didn't have enough tickets for the big prize at Chuck E. Cheese, dude. Damn you, Chuckster Cheese. I will get the Guitar Hero Super Guitar Premium Package for the Wii. He's just losing it. Anyways, I think in his mind, if he like went crazy and had a big temper tantrum, his mom would be distracted. But it didn't really work because his mom literally steps over him and goes to get his phone because she's like, all right, well, you freaking out on the ground really doesn't have a whole lot to do with me. And anyways, I guess you didn't have a password or whatever, or the mom knew it, something like that. You know, the subscriber that sent this to me doesn't live with his parents anymore, so he doesn't know too much. But the mom gets in, and he's kind of standing over her shoulder so he can see what she sees. And, you know, basically this spoiled kid who's freaking out having the temper tantrum was on a James Bond spy level of desperation in order to get these video games, you know, because the way that he had gone about getting this credit card was basically like some spycraft level stuff, you know. The entire thing about asking his mom to get him one game was just a ruse to get her in the room with his credit card, because they had like he had put his phone, sorry, to get her credit card. He had put his phone up on the shelf near his desk, right? And the way he had angled it was pointing down towards his desk, and then he had zoomed in to the point where, you know, it was like his keyboard, and that's where his mom had typed in the credit card information. So he had set this up, hidden it with a bunch of like different stuff in his room, recorded it, and then as his mom's putting in the credit card information, took a screenshot of the front and back of the credit card. And listen, obviously, you know, like impressive that he did all that and whatnot. That being said, do you have any idea of how much trial and error would have to go into that in order to find this angle, fine-tune the zoom, perfect it, make sure that it's like not too blurry, you can make out the numbers, you can make out the back, all that stuff. This takes a lot of practice. And, you know, I don't know how much practice it would take, but the mom and the brother soon found out, because he hadn't deleted all the practice. Instead, they start looking through, and there's videos of him moving the camera around his room, setting it up, and then he had like written on a piece of paper in credit card sized and like was holding it up at different angles just to make sure that he could see it. And for probably about 3 hours, based on the timestamps, he was just moving his phone around and doing different zooms and whatnot to try to get it right to take a screenshot of his mom's credit card. And listen, man, you put this much work into getting a screenshot of your mom's credit card, right? You're 19, you don't have a job. If you would have put the same amount of effort into stealing your mom's credit card as like, you know, as if you would have put that into a resume, you probably could have gotten a job. I'm just saying, man, like literally, oh, I'm gonna move from angle to angle, make sure that I can get a proper level of zoom, you know, clearly he's smart enough to have some follow through. Why not put that into like anything legitimate for 12 seconds and then, oh my goodness, wow, you could spend your own money on video games and not have your mom breaking into your room questioning you because you stole from her. Anyways, he's just out here running his like perfecting spy camera operation, and they're watching all of it. You know, they literally are getting everything they need to just bust this guy. There's really nothing he can do to deny the fact that he set up his mom in order to steal her credit card. And at that point, his mom starts to go nuts. So now both of them are going nuts. And listen, I think the little brother going nuts is embarrassing. If I was the mom in this situation, yeah, I'd be going crazy too. I mean, let's put this in perspective. Your grown son lives at home, doesn't have a job, doesn't plan to get a job, you know, doesn't really seem to be about that vibe. And then you're buying him video games, so like you're already trying to be nice. And then you find out that he set up this elaborate thing to take a screenshot of your credit card so he could take a bunch of money from you. Oh, and what is he taking the money for? Video games. You know, it's not like he's like, I really needed to buy my college books. No, he's spending $600 on video games. Anyways, the son is now in defense mode because he's caught saying that this is all her fault. It's her fault that he decided to do all of this, because if she would have just given him the money, then he wouldn't have had to needed to steal the credit card. Yeah, that's right. You know, if she would have just given him the money, then he wouldn't have had to steal it, everybody. You're an adult now, man. Like, that's not really how this works. Nobody's gonna be walking around handing you money anymore. Trust me, I wish someone just, like, came around every day and handed me money. Imagine that, like the money man every day at 5 p.m. It's a little secret. As soon as you turn 18, they give you a card and you get signed up to the money man. And like, oh, every night he comes and drops off a crisp $100 bill. That's not how it works, dude. You can't just expect your mom to give you money. And if she doesn't give you money, then you're allowed to steal the money from her. Like, it's just not how it works. The reality of it is, once you're a certain age, you gotta make money to buy stuff that you want. Like, if you want to spend $600 on Xbox, then go make $600, dude. Believe it or not, there's a slim to none chance that your mom is ever going to give you $600 for a video game ever again. And what's nuts about this is the reason that he had even gotten the credit card in the first place and stole from her was the fact that she was buying him a $60 game. So like, your mom's being nice enough to buy you a present in the first place, and then you're gonna steal her credit card and get mad at her because she needed to give you more money. Like, clearly his mom isn't evil if she's buying you a video game in the first place, There's no reason to try to twist this into her being the villain because you stole her credit card. I don't even know how you do that many mental gymnastics in your head. You're like, yeah, this is her fault. She needed to give me more free money. If she didn't give me more free money, then I wouldn't have needed to steal the credit card. It's really simple. I think this is your fault. Anyways, that was obviously a bit too much for his mom to handle, rightfully so, because she told him that, like, if that's how he was gonna be, then he had 2 months to find a job and move out because he was an adult and he couldn't live here if he was gonna try to steal from his mom. Which is more than fair, bro. Like, it's not like she wanted to kick you out the day you turned 18. That would obviously suck. But yeah, if you're, like, stealing from your parents and an adult, I feel like it's fair for them to be like, then you gotta go live on your own and figure out what it's like. And listen, he was more upset about having to get a job than he was about stealing his mom's credit card for Xbox games. You think you'd be a little bit embarrassed about stealing your mom's credit card for video games, especially in front of your brother, do you think that might bring a little bit of shame? No shame about that. But the idea of having to get a job, now, ladies and gentlemen, we have hit DEFCON 1. Manual labor is on the table. I might have to sweat a little bit. Things might be a hinge uncomfortable. No go. And he literally says, Mom, I can't get a job. No one's going to pay me $100,000 a year. I've tried. I don't have any experience or a degree or anything. Yeah, man, that's kind of how it works. I don't really know what you expected. Somebody to just walk up to you and be like, hey, do you really want $100,000 a year? Okay, yeah, here you go. We know you didn't go to school to learn how to do anything, whether that be college, vocational training, whatever it is. You have no real skills, no experience, but here's $100,000. Like, that's just not how it works. And the mom is just like, I don't care. You expect to take $600 from me when I'm buying you a gift and then just have no consequences? The consequence is you need to understand how the adult world works, because clearly you don't. So no, you're not getting out of this. You have 2 months to find a job and move out. It is what it is. You have to figure it out. No one's going to pay you $100,000 a year, and you have to be okay with that. That's the truth, though. I do love this kid with no work experience, clearly no work ethic if he's stealing his mom's credit card, literally no skills whatsoever, is expecting the magic money man to come by and drop off, what does that break down to over 12 months? $8,000 a year-ish, give or take a couple $100. Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen, man. You got to do something. Learn how to code. I don't know. Learn how to fix an air conditioner. There's plenty of things you can do to make decent money. It doesn't mean you have to be Bill Gates. By all means, if you have a super valuable talent or knowledge, go get your paper. I'm all for chasing the bag. That's one of the mottos on this channel. But no one's just going to hand you money for no reason. People who make a lot of money tend to work hard. Not in every instance, trust fund babies do exist. I'm not denying that. But lawyers making $200,000 a year tend to be working 90 hours a week. Computer programmers tend to be getting a lot of crap put on them from their bosses and dealing with a lot of overtime. No one's just gonna give you $100,000 a year because you're good at stealing your mom's credit card. I don't think that's a position that anybody's offering. Could you imagine he shows up to the interview? He's like, yes, I'm applying to be the CEO of this small business here. I have plenty of experience taking funds. For example, I took my mom's credit card and was investing in some fantastic high technology entertainment. You've probably heard of it. Video games. Yeah, I'm kind of a gamer. Anyways, you guys need me. You need somebody that's got the tenacity to steal from their mom, especially her credit card. Oh, and when I got caught, was I ashamed? No, no, no. You know, that would be too simple. I blamed her, because that's who you need running your board of directors. Anyways, he decides if he's going to get kicked out that he's just going to destroy his stuff, you know? So I don't know. I don't really know how that adds up, but, you know, I'll break my things if you're getting rid of me. All right, man, cool. Makes it way easier for you to move out, if we're going to be honest. Everything I break is one less box I have to take. Like, dude, all right, you're not really showing anyone anything by breaking your stuff. You know, maybe that's just my opinion, but I'm not really afraid of anyone that's like, hey, man, I'm going to keep my car. It's like, okay, I mean, I guess. But he just starts taking stuff off of his desk and throwing it at the wall. You know, a couple things go into the wall, popping holes. A couple of things break. Obviously not a very good situation. But somehow his mom is managing to keep calm, which is nuts. Because in my opinion, you know, if I'm arguing with you and you start breaking holes in my wall, I'm probably going to lose it. That's just me. But she just hits him with some pure logic that almost breaks him. Like for a second, it makes him cannot compute. She says, all right, man, go ahead and break holes in my wall. I got the money to fix it. I'm just saying, you're breaking your stuff by doing that. You're not getting anything back from out of the wall. And he has something in his hands, you know, and like he's kind of looks at her confused for a second, almost like the wheels are turning a little bit. It's about to get there that it's stupid to be breaking his own stuff. And then his mom continues to explain. She's like, I'm done paying for your stuff and getting no respect around here. So you know what? Go ahead, throw your stuff. You're a grown man, literally acting like a child, breaking your things right now. So if that's how you want to be, then go ahead and do that. And you would think that comment would have just been the boom, 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 no, 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 pure embarrassment that would make him rethink things a little bit. But instead, he decides to direct his anger in terrible aim towards his mom, and instead of throwing the next object at the wall, he decides to throw it at his mom. And he's a horrible shot, so, you know, he sends it sailing, it's flying through the air, and his mom ducks out of the way because, you know, like I said, bad aim, and it doesn't hit her, but it's obvious that he wishes that it would have hit her. And it was a pretty heavy object, like it wasn't like a feather or anything. And at that point, the subscriber, who, like I said, 24, 25 range, just jumps on his brother and starts attacking him because he's like, dude, you really just tried to hurt mom. You know what I mean? Like, you just threw a hard, heavy object at mom's head. That's not okay. Anyways, they're wrestling and the subscriber's like, don't throw stuff at mom, you know. His dad comes in the room, his mom's freaking out. They end up getting pulled apart by their parents, which, you know, it probably for the best. I just can't imagine fighting with my brother. Like, I'm not 25, I'm not 24, like, I'm not even 23, and I could not imagine fighting my brother, dude. He's really out here halfway to 30. Just dunking on his brother like an absolute unit. Anyways, they get broken up, and at that point, the mom tells the older brother that, you go home because clearly we've got some stuff to figure out. He needs to get a job. We need to talk about him moving out. And I think as long as you're here, it's going to be a fight, so just go home. And he doesn't really want to make the situation worse. Obviously, you know, he had just been in, like, defensive mode. If somebody throws a heavy object at your mom, you're probably going to get involved, especially if it's your brother. You know, like, I couldn't see really throwing hands with my brother now. That being said, when we were younger kids, yeah, we fought all the time. That's what siblings do. Anyways, he decides to leave because his dad's involved now, and he knows that his dad's not going to let anything happen to his mom. So, you know, he decides to leave, and as soon as he's leaving, he hears his little brother instantly start begging to not have to get a job. You know, like, that's his main concern. Not ruining his relationship with his parents, not the fact he's getting kicked out. No, all he wants to do is not get a job. In fact, he hears him go, like, you know, I'll move out, just don't make me get a job. Like, oh, you want your parents to pay for everything and you live out on your own? Okay. See, this is why you gotta make sure that your kid doesn't end up being spoiled, bro. Sure, I can understand why it's nice to make your kid not have to work crazy hard, but if they have no work ethic whatsoever and just think life's gonna be handed to them, you're gonna end up with an adult screaming at you because they stole your credit card, which, trust me, does not sound like an insanely fun situation to be in. I just feel like spoiling a kid doesn't work constantly. Obviously, every now and then doing something nice, making something special is fantastic. That being said, dude, it doesn't do them any good for them to get into adulthood and get smacked in the forehead just because of how insane it is compared to what they're used to. Somebody that's never heard the word no is not gonna have a very good time when their boss is like, all right, it's time for your quarterly performance review. I'll be honest, I've seen better work out of a blind mule. I just feel like at a certain point, spoiling your kid is doing more disservice to them than it is helping them out. But at least the mom in this situation has realized that and is gonna make him go out on his own and figure some stuff out. Growing up isn't bad as long as you're not like crazy like this. I know 99% of people aren't this spoiled and nuts, but for people that are like it, dude, real world's a rude awakening. Anyways, guys, I think that's going to do it for the video. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, I'd really appreciate you taking a second to press the like button. Let me know in the comments section down below what you thought. And, of course, subscribe if you're new and turn on notifications. If you really want to help me out, I'll go ahead and put a link in the description down below to my podcast, The Scuffed Cast, the intro song, or you could use code SCRUBBY at the G Fuel checkout. Great way to get a discount on G Fuel. Help me out at the same time. And if you ever want to listen to stories offline or without the gameplay, if you look up Scrub Storytimes on Spotify, I'll pop up. You can listen on there. It really helps me out. And the last link you'll find down in the description is a link to the merch store. So be sure to go over there, pick yourself up a t-shirt. I'm a little bit biased, but it's the coolest merch to ever exist in the history of the planet, so go get it. That being said, I think that's going to officially do it for the video. Hopefully you guys all enjoyed. As I said, don't be too spoiled. Don't throw stuff at your mom. And of course, remember that it's not worth stealing your mom's credit card for $600 worth of video games. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And on that note, that'll officially do it. Don't get anyone pregnant. If you do, make sure they're hot. And hopefully I will see each and every single one of you guys next time with another video and another story time. I'm out. Peace.